What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is January 18th, Thursday, and we have 5 basketball games to talk about. If you like the content, please remember to like and subscribe. Share the channel if you can. We're trying to grow one day at a time, and you guys are the biggest help in doing that. Let's see what happened yesterday. We had 2 picks. Actually, we had 3 picks. We did bet the Jazz against the Warriors, but one of the Warriors' assistant coaches passed away from a heart attack in Utah yesterday, so they canceled the game. So that was, that was a no bet, a draw, or whatever you want to call it. But we did have the over in the Cleveland Milwaukee game, and we had the Knicks minus 5.5 against the Houston Rockets in Madison Square Garden. So first off, Giannis was ruled out, all right? And I was off. I saw it, and I immediately changed my bet. I did have it in a parlay already with the other 3 bets, but I had that one in the Knicks straight bet. So I immediately cashed it out and changed it to the under. So I apologize if you weren't able to do that and you followed it, but I was home sitting here watching it. So changed it to the under. They ended up at 135, 195. Cleveland rolled on them. So got to 230. So the under hit. And I also had Cleveland minus 1.5 and the under in a same game parlay. So I had a great night. Not gonna lie to you. But sorry if you weren't able to get that news in time and switch it up. So 1-1 for the video, 2 and 3-0 live, I guess, for me. But on to today, we do have those 5 games to talk about. Toronto and Chicago is the first game up. I'm not really sure why Chicago's favored in Toronto, other than the fact that Toronto's on a back-to-back. Last 10 games, Toronto's been 4-6 straight up, but 6-4 against the spread. And that's kind of like the last, it's kind of off and on. But the Bulls have won games, but not been covered the spread. They're actually only 5-5 straight up, 4-6 against the spread, but 8-11 on the road. And I would go with the Raptors. The only thing that gives me a little pause is the trade yesterday and the fact that they're in a back-to-back. So not sure how that first game is going to go. So I'm going to stay off this one. But I would lean to the Raptors at home. Knicks and the Wizards, can't really look towards the Wizards. Knicks are also on a back-to-back. They beat the Rockets at home last night. Wizards just lost to the Pistons after Kuzma tweeted, don't be that team, about the Celtics when they almost lost to the Pistons. So can't really look to the Wizards. I would expect them to come out with a little more intensity, being that they just lost that last one to the Pistons and they probably feel some type of way about it. Their record's only 7-32. I don't know why he would be talking shit anyway. But the Knicks are 7-3 in their last 10 straight up and against the spread. I would lean that way. It's 12 points though, so kind of want to stay off that one. Lean Knicks and under. We have the Jazz and the Thunder in the next matchup. Jazz are at home, 3.5 point underdogs against a Thunder team who is only 5-5 ATS in their last 10 games. The Jazz have been almost printing money for us in their last 10. They're 8-2 against the spread, and 6-0 in their last 6 against the spread. So that's why we were on them last night against the Warriors, and we're gonna stay on them tonight against the Thunder. So Jazz plus 3.5. Don't really have any thoughts on the total. It's at 244.5 or 244, moving down from 246. So there's money coming in on the under. The Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Timberwolves are also huge favorites at home. 12.5 point favorites. Totals 214. Desmond Bane is out for the Grizzlies. John Moran out for the season. You look at the rest of these injuries real quick. Derrick Rose out, Steven Adams out, Brandon Clark out, Marcus Smart out. I'd have to lean Timberwolves. They're pretty good at home, but they haven't. It's not like they always cover this 12.5 number. So they just beat the Pistons yesterday, but they only won by 7 as 12.5 point favorites. They beat the Clippers by 4. They beat Portland by 23. They lost to the Celtics on the road by 7. Beat Orlando by... So they can do it. I mean, but they just played a close one last night with the Pistons. So they're on a back-to-back at home with another 12.5 point spread. So this might be a spot to try to take the Grizzlies to lose by 8, 9, 10 points. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. And I'm on the Pacers in the last game. Kings just imploded to the Suns, and this is a 7.5 point spread. So I'm not going to trust the Kings to win by any big margin. I'm going to bet the Pacers to cover the 7.5 on the road. So officially, I'm going to be on the Pacers plus 7.5, Utah plus 3.5. All right. Those are going to be my 2 picks for today. Lock those in. Let's get this money. If you like the content, like and subscribe, and we will see you back here tomorrow for another episode of Crash Gets the Spread. Talk to you then.
We don't stop it. We don't quit. It's Crash and Gage. We stay murdering shit.